Hey y'all, for today's video, I'm going to be doing the front diff fluid change. The weather's actually half decent, so we're going to try and get that done. It should be a quick and easy diff fluid change. It's not going to be like the rear. I'll show you what I mean when I get down there. Let's get her fired up. Oops. That was unusual. Anyways, catch up with you in a minute. Alright, here we are all set up and ready to tackle this job. So, supplies. Firstly, most importantly, mosquito coil. Secondly, we got our socket wrench set. I've got my diff fluid, which for me is going to be Schaefer's 75 W90. Can't go wrong there. I've got a extra bucket here just in case. I've got a pump. This is the one I plan to use for this job to pump out the old fluid, and that's what I mean by doing it the quick way. I'm just going to pump it out. It's the front diff. It's under very little stress. It mostly coasts the whole time. I have no reason, no symptoms of issues. It's not been submerged. You know, the whole 9 yards. It's probably had a very easy life. So here's our front diff. It's AAM 9.25, and I'm going to get under there with a 3/8 ratchet and put it on that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and remove this. It shouldn't be on there too tight. Well, it is on there pretty good. There we go. Broke loose. It's got a little rubber piece on the inside. Just watch yourself. The rubber helps keep it sealed. It's kind of like a washer. And it looks like it's, wow. Okay, so we got plenty of diff fluid here. We're actually losing some. But, yeah, I just drove the truck, and that's actually part of the plan, was drive the truck, get everything stirred up so that any sediments or whatever is in suspension so it can be pumped out. Here we're looking at the plug. It's got a little bit of fine material on. I'm just going to wipe that off, and before I reinstall the plug. This is magnetic. Alright, so now we got our pump here. The intake comes in this side and it pumps through and then comes out that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this to, I'm going to get under there and figure out what length I need. I'm not going to use this whole long piece to pump it out. I'm just going to cut it to right length. And then I'm going to get under there and pump it for you. Okay, so here's our setup. I've got it all the way in the bottom. Now I'm just going to start pumping the top here. I am going to need 2 hands, but I'm going to try and set the camera up real quick. Okay, here we go. Oh my. It looks fairly dark, but it's not opaque. It just looks like it's got some miles on it. It's not terribly burnt. The fluid I may put in may have a similar color to this. Schaefer's always has that kind of greenish color. I'm just going to keep going like this until all the fluid is out. I don't know if you can see that pouring out. We're actually almost to the bottom already. It's pumping pretty fast. So I'm just going to finagle the hose so I can get it all. Okay, so here we got our Schaefer's gear oil. Just going to peel this off. And what I've done is I've gravity, drained out this old fluid. So a little bit at the end there, and that's it. So I'm going to switch out the intake and exhaust sides of this thing. And basically I'm going to pump it like this now. See that? How green that is? I'm not sure if you can see, but literally this is how green Schaefer's oil is. here we go. This should take a solid 3 quarts. We'll see. I'll let you know exactly how much it takes. Okay, right now what it comes down to is just tighten her back up. It took just under 3 quarts, and I was laying on the key to the truck and it was just blowing its horn. Like, what in tarnation? Anyways, let me get out from underneath it here, and I will have some talking points about this service I just did. Okay, so final points for the day has to do with further comments on why I did it this way. Why didn't I unbolt all the bolts and drain everything out and clean out the cover and everything else under there? Well, the answer is time. Time's one thing. Money is another thing a little bit. I would get a replacement gasket, which I have a replacement gasket for the rear in the mail. But for the front, I believed that 99.9% chance I would not find anything wrong, and even if there was something wrong, I wouldn't know the difference. Now, I think that the way the fluid looked, it was okay. I'm not having any symptoms of issues up there. I don't think this truck had done any hardcore off-roading. I think it was owned by an older guy. This is a one-owner truck. It was well-maintained, bone stock kind of truck. So I wasn't too worried about the diff fluid up front. Now for the rear, I will pull that cover off, and I will replace the gasket. Now those gaskets are between $35 and $50 a piece. I think I got a good deal on Rock Auto for like 36, 37 bucks back here. That's the AAM 11.5 on this truck. I think I'm going to do another video on that when I get to that. I'm just going to wait till the weather cools off. But this was a good thing to get done in the evening down here, and there's no doubt that that front diff is better off with that new fluid in it. So that'll do it for me. I'm going to do another startup for you to end this video. Make sure it starts on the first time. All right, fire in the hole. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.